Our 14th question, I believe it is, how are you? It's a kind of simple question, I guess, but it really isn't. Like, it depends on how seriously you take it. Can I be honest? You can probably guess from the fact that I haven't updated this AMA that I started for the last, what, 10 months or something? Just absolutely nothing. Ask me anything and I'm just going to vanish. Not taking any questions. I'm like Trump when it comes to the Epstein files. I'm like, don't want to talk about that. So, yeah, here we are. How are you? If I'm going to be honest, it's going to be negative. So I apologize for, I don't know, ruining the vibe. I'm not so good. I would say on a scale from 1 to 10, and let's say 1 is really shitty. Like a hospital in Budapest with a disc hernia, shitty. And 10 is like awesome. Like like masturbating in the Turkmen desert at night. Awesome. Sorry. I'm like a 4 right now. It's still pretty close to the middle, but it's not like I'm super happy, super relaxed. No. So the first thing is my regular MS checkup is scheduled for tomorrow and the day after, and I'm a bit nervous every time I go. So hopefully, fingers crossed, on Friday evening I want to be better. Friday evening, I hope I'm going to have a nice meal and then get on a train back to here and feel better because I got some sort of confirmation that it's not horrible. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, man, the world. Like, there's this German word, Weltschmerz, like the pain of the world. I have the pain of the world. I don't know about you, but like, I feel like a political homeless person or something, unhoused. you know, like, I just feel lonely. The right has been absolutely cooked for a long time. Like they've just been, and it doesn't matter if it's Trump or AFD or Le Pen or any of that stuff. These far right populist idiots, the right has been like lemmings, just following them into really dark territory for a long time. But then I would always tell myself, well, yeah, that's bad. But then the left is better. Are they though? Because, like, I mean, yeah. If you're going to look at it from like Hitler or Stalin, then I'm going to be like, yeah, Stalin, probably. If it's either Hitler or Stalin, I'm Team Stalin. But then is Stalin good? No. It's fucking insane, is what he is. And the left is insane too. Like they got their own Joe Rogans and their own populists and their own idiots. They just don't have the power. But they're fucking insane. They have one omni cause, and that's Palestine. And I'm not saying Palestine isn't important, and I'm not saying you shouldn't criticize the Israeli government. You should. But come on. Like, first of all, there is so much happening in the world, so many conflicts, and I really don't understand why there should be only one that gets all the attention. Even if it should get attention, I don't know if it should get all the attention. That's what I'm saying. And then while you're giving it attention, could you maybe just kind of stay reasonable? To give you an example, Amnesty International, the UK chapter. I'm sorry if I'm going to go into a little diatribe right now, but it's fucking pissing me off. Amnesty International, the UK chapter, yesterday on their Twitter posted a tweet. You're supposed to call it an X or some shit, where they said Israel has killed more journalists, 268 or something. During this conflict alone, More journalists killed by Israel than during all conflicts in the 20th century, including World War II. Including World War II? You mean the conflict where 60 million people died? You mean that one? You mean the conflict where just in one concentration camp alone, 1 million people perished? You mean that one? You mean the one where Tokyo was bombed and 100,000 people died during that one bombing? Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hamburg, Dresden, Warsaw, Prague, all of these places. You are telling me that those places had no newspapers, no journalists that died during that conflict that we refer to as World War II? Is that what you're saying? Amnesty International UK chapter, are you fucking out of your minds? Like, it's just preposterous. Is that the word? Like, they're just insane. I can't. It's like they have one obsession, and that one obsession is driving them insane. And I want to be... I'm a leftist voter. I vote green. I like the environment. I like people, even. I'm not an environmentalist who's like, oh no, degrowth and humans are terrible. No, humans are fucking A. I love them. Really, at least this thing I can say. So many people want to be nice. Doesn't matter where you go. I love us. And I worry about us. And I think the environment is really important. That we're kind of careful with it because it might hit back. Or it might just become uncomfortable for us and more comfortable for someone else. I'm a leftist voter. I want more housing. I want more respect for people that sweep the street. I want them to have a way to retire. I want them to feel respected. These things. I want women to be respected. I want healthcare. I want respect for LGBTQ. All of that. But like, I can't be on the left if the left is that. I can't. I'm out. I just feel homeless. So that's the second thing. I don't know. I'm looking around, and it's nice people. Nice people. They mean well. I assume those people on the right, they also mean well. Like they're basically just following the Pied Piper, but they think he's taking them to a really good place. You know? And so I feel homeless. That's the second thing that's really like putting a damper on my mood. Let's put it that way. The third thing is, man, this is like my own idiocy. I'm sorry. This is just going to be a terrible video where I just complain about stuff. I'm sorry. But like, as you might know, I've been working on this video. I'm working on a video of my own face. And I'm not obsessed with my face. I don't particularly enjoy looking at my face. But I had this idea before starting out to walk from the border of China and Kazakhstan to Germany, like 9 years ago, that I was going to document the whole process of starting with a bald head and no beard, and then grow my hair during the whole way, and then take pictures every day and compile it all into a nice time lapse and show the things that happen to me, how my face changes and everything, and then also show a bunch of stuff happening in the background. I picked a wide angle lens so you get to see a bunch of stuff just happening. And I've been editing that video for the last 20 months. I arrived in December 2023, and I've been editing and editing and editing and editing. And I'm worn out, and every morning I look into my face in the mirror with the rings under my eyes, and I'm like, weren't you the guy that was singing songs, pulling the caboose, and getting attacked by dogs? And then singing songs about those dogs. Weren't you that guy? Like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, well, it's kind of in my good moments, I'm just going to admit it to you guys. Don't hold it against me. Don't tell anyone. In my good moments, I'm like, but you know what? This is going to be my Sistine Chapel. This video that I'm working on is going to be so awesome. I'm like doing the best I can. It's going to be great. Yeah. Well, while I'm editing my pictures, I took 160,000 pictures of my face. And I picked 10,000 pictures, and I got to edit them one by one. So, while I'm editing, I like to listen to YouTube videos. And the other day, I was listening to this YouTube video that was talking about creativity and how it's really a drag sometimes, which I thought, yeah, I can relate. And then it was talking about Michelangelo and his Sistine Chapel. And it said first of all, he didn't really want to do it. He was forced to do it by the Pope. And second of all, it fucked him up because he had to paint like with his head up, because it was painting on the ceiling. And I was like, oh, huh. Okay. Anyway, I've been working on this video for a long time, and I have started to seriously resent my face. Like I do, because you can't stare at yourself for such a long time without kind of being like, man, just get out of my eyesight. I don't want to look at you anymore. And also, I've been feeling increasingly self-conscious about the video because people ask me, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, hey, well, I'm working on a video. And it's kind of fine if it's like 5 months after you've arrived and people are like, oh, you're still working on a video? And I'm like, yeah, still working on the video. But then, like, after 1.5 years, my grandma's like, so have you finished your book? And I'm like, well, no. I'm working on a video. And she's like, what's a video? And it's not like she doesn't know what a video is, but she's like, she can't comprehend the fact that somebody would work on a video that's going to be like 10, 12 minutes for 20 months. It's just too stupid for my grandma. Well, here we are. That's me. Narrator. That's me. And then, like, with this super low self-confidence that I have, I took all my courage and I went to a cafe in my hometown here. And I took my computer, and there were 2 teenagers, like high school students, 2 girls. And I went over to them and I was like, hi, excuse me, do you have 5 minutes to look at my project? I'm working on a project. I would like you to look at it with fresh eyes because you don't know me. And they're like, sure. So I showed them the raw cut of the video. It has like an intro. It has captions of like the places that I went to. It has like kilometer counter. It's at that point, it was like until Romania or something. 5 minutes. And I showed it to them. And I don't dare to look in their faces because I don't want to be intruding. They're like young people. They're young women, especially. And I don't want to be like the creep who like looks in your face while you're watching his video. But then I should have, because the whole point is to kind of see what clicks with them, like what kind of reaction they have. But anyway, I wanted to be discreet. So like the video's done and they turn to me and I'm like, so? And they're like, that was cool. Was it AI? And I'm like, man. I mean, it's nothing against them. Not at all. I'm really grateful, actually, to those 2 girls because they alerted me to this fucked up thing that now, with everything, like with the right being insane and the left being insane and everybody kind of, going insane, we have, as humanity, which I like so much, we have decided collectively for some reason that it might be fun to create something where everybody can fake everything at all times, easily at the touch of a button. And I agree that it's fun. I make little poems with ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT to analyze my swim routines because I go swimming. And I told it to talk to me like a knight. So it goes like, my liege. And then it tells me about my 1000 freestyle or whatever. It's fun. I have created little pictures. They're fun. But it's not fun that anything can always be fake and inauthentic. And nothing is 100% real anymore. There's like this window for humanity where there's going to be another diatribe, but we've arrived here, so I'm sorry. I read a lot of travel literature and a lot of old travel literature as well, like Marco Polo, that kind of stuff from the 12th, 13th century. It's really fascinating how during that time, travel literature would routinely just make up stuff. And I don't think that those writers were consciously making up stuff just to be assholes. You know, they'd be like, there's these people that just consist of a foot, like a person that's just a foot. So like this bouncy foot kind of bouncing around, and that's a person. Or there's a river made of stones, like rocks, and that's the river. Or like there's this place where everybody's blue. They would just make up weird shit. And then you think like, why is that? Well, it's because anything is possible, really, because nobody knows, really. There's like no photo of anybody. There's no authoritative text about anything. Like everybody has a Bible, and the Bible says like, yeah, Jesus, and he walked on water, and then they're like, well, if he can do that, and then I guess there can be blue people, whatever. Like nobody knows. And then they do crazy shit because of that. They burn people because they suspect them of being witches, as we all know, right? I wonder if that would be the right today or the left today. Probably both. Whenever, I'm just going to say one more thing. Whenever there is a plague outbreak in Europe at that time, the first thing that we do is kill Jews. I'm not kidding. That's who we are at our core. Sorry. It's fucked up. So anyway, that window of ignorance closes with, let's say, the Enlightenment, like 18th century, the Industrial Revolution, and then we get photography, we get cartography of the whole planet, and then we get a time of a few centuries maybe, where at least there exists something of a sort of consensus. I'm not saying a total consensus of what is the truth, but sort of. Like most people agree that the globe is round. Most people agree that ghosts are not a thing. Most people agree about evolution. Most people agree about vaccines. Most people agree that little girls should learn how to read. Most people agree on these things. And then now, again, that window is closing because now anything can always be true at all times. And we're again at a point where I wouldn't be surprised if some right-wing influencer or left-wing influencer would be like, well, actually, have you heard there's these people that are completely blue? You know? It's fucked. And so my video that I put in 20 months of my life, no. I put in 7 years of the walk from 2016 to 2023. And then I put in 20 months of just editing and getting black rings under my eyes. That video, some Gen Z or some boomer or some millennial like me might watch it and be like, well, that's probably AI. How can it look so good? I don't believe it. And I can't even fault them for it. You know? You get people freaking out over bunnies on a trampoline. Or like, this kangaroo was trying to board a plane. Here's a video. I'm like, bro, that's AI. Like anything at all times can always be fake. And I really do think that one of the precious things we have as humans, who I like so much, is authenticity. So I don't know. I reacted by complaining. Not to those 2 girls. They're fine. Like really, power to them. for alerting me to this thing. But like I was complaining to other people. And then a friend of mine, Alfredo, he was like, yeah, actually, he makes music. He was like, he's seen projects that advertise with the words 100% made by humans. Because that's a thing now. It's not AI. It's not generated by the machine. So, yeah, I'm probably going to put that in front of the video just to maybe have a minimal chance of making people believe that this was real. Me, this idiot, whose grandma thinks he's an idiot. I walked idiotically. I grew my beard and my hair idiotically. And then I edited this video idiotically. And now I'm here in my hammock in a forest complaining to you guys. And it's all real. It might be idiotic, but it's real. Yeah. So, I don't know. Wish me luck. I really would like to keep my sanity. I do my therapy. My therapist actually told me to come out. She told me, first of all, you got to take vacation sometimes. So, okay, I did that. And she said, 1 time a week, you're going to take 1 day off. And what I do is I take 2 afternoons off. And then during that afternoon, I'm like in the hammock and I'm supposed to like look up at the leaves, at the trees and just relax. But no, I try to take a video for the channel. So yeah, my therapist can be angry when I tell her. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you're still watching, you're cool. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah. Free Palestine and free Israel. Fuck Hamas. Also, fuck Netanyahu. And let's just be nice to each other. Peace.